What's up, you guys? It's your girl Summer, and we are back with another highlight. Y'all know.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of free use.
We got to see you at home or on the move. On the move, you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all.
What's up, y'all? We are back with another highlight about my girl Claressa Shields. I don't know if you guys have heard, but she has been officially suspended, okay? Do y'all remember the story that I had put out about 7 days ago when the guy, Rick Glaser, came out saying that Clarissa had tested positive for PEDs? And then Clarissa came out like, hold up, partner. You know, don't be putting no lies on me. And then her homeboy, Victor Conte, came out with some facts to clear her name. He said she did not test positive for PEDs, but in fact, she did come back for marijuana. Her mouth was swabbed, and it came back that it registered at 3.4 nanograms per milliliter, like something very, very minuscule, and that she did not fail the test, that she was all clear. Well, I guess it was enough for somebody to make some noise, okay, because they officially suspended her, from what I understand, was yesterday. And so I'm like, well, I need to understand what's going on. Why is she being suspended? So I go to look into it to see, like, what's going on. Now, according to some facts that Victor put up, she is way below the minimum. And also that when Michigan tested her, it wasn't even done how they normally test it. Normally they do urine test samples because it's the most accurate. And because having mouth swabs done can sometimes bring a positive test because of secondhand smoke and things like that. So let me read some of the stuff that he said. Okay, let's read what our guy Victor had to say. He said, there seems to be important questions and some confusion about the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission's use of a mouth swab to test for marijuana. The commission recently found elite boxer Clarissa Shields to be positive for trace amounts of THC. As background, the World Anti-Doping Agency does not use mouth swabs to test Olympic athletes for THC. They use urine because it is a superior sample type. WAD established an allowable limit of 150 nanograms of THC in urine to protect innocent athletes. A study called Passive Cannabis Smoke Exposure and Oral Fluid Testing found a swab test can only detect secondhand marijuana smoke for about an hour and marijuana use for up to about 48 hours. Clarissa had a level of 3.4 nanograms, and the commission's allowable confirmatory cutoff is 2 nanograms. The detection limit is 1 nanograms or parts per billion. It seems the swab test done lacks a reasonable allowable limit for THC with secondhand smoke as a source of exposure. Hold on, y'all. Let me reread a certain part. It says Clarissa had a level of 3.4 nanograms, and the commission's allowable confirmatory cutoff is 2 nanograms. The detection limit is 1 nanogram as parts per billion. I skipped over that part. Okay. Let me continue. The study referenced above found 4 subjects with passive cannabis smoke exposure to have mouth swab concentrations of 3.6 to 26.4 nanograms after 20 to 50 minutes of exposure, and 1 subject with 4.2 and 1.1 nanograms after 50 and 65 minutes. So the 3.4 level Clarissa had is below the 3.6 and 26.4 range found in the 4 research subjects with passive exposure. 4.2 nanograms was considered a negative result in this study. I have not heard of any other state boxing commission that uses mouth swab testing for THC. VADA, Nevada Commission, and UFC do not even test for marijuana because it is not a PED. Mouth to mouth contact or even drinking from a container after someone who smoked marijuana should be considered as a source. Is it possible time for the Michigan Commission to consider using urine as a superior test sample type? Is it not important to establish a reasonable allowable limit for THC to rule out the possibility of unfairly penalizing an innocent combat sport athlete with no intent to cheat? Who was smoking around my girl, Clarissa? Who did you sit around while they were smoking, Clarissa? Now, did they know that Michigan was going to swab her mouth? Did they understand the differences? At this point, I'm reading it. I mean, their rules are their rules. And it was a minuscule amount, and it definitely could have been, sounds like it was secondhand. Because if she had tooted and booted, with her own, you know what I'm saying? I think her numbers would have been a lot higher. But I ain't no drug tester or no expert or nothing like this. But now she has to go in person and explain herself as to why she came back positive with the drugs in her system. And this could ultimately, put her title on the line. Now, Clarissa put up a post and she said, "On my soul, can't nobody tarnish my image. It's a temporary suspension till I go to trial for this very small amount of marijuana. I'm not suspended from boxing. I'm not stripped of my titles. I'm just waiting. Also, I can't defend a lie. Do your research, ABC 12 News. Get the facts right. And ESPN, stop with the cap. Also, everyone who knows me knows I've never smoked no marijuana and I don't do drugs, period. So carry the F on. I want an apology from all y'all who sharing this stuff too. 17 world titles later and now y'all want to say I smoke weed? Laughing emoji. Get the F out of here. Stop playing with me." And she said what she said. Are they just picking with my girl, or are rules the rules? Let me know what your thoughts are. Woo, child, come on now. Leave them go alone.